Here's how to make a fast and easy last-minute gift using your circular knitting machine. And I'm talking about wrist or arm warmers. Not only do these work up quickly, but you can typically get at least 2 sets out of 1 skein of yarn. And this project is super simple. You can knit between 40 and 45 rows. This is 45 rows and it's about 10 inches. And so you can adjust accordingly depending on the size that you're looking for. You can also use a 48 pin machine if you need it to be a little bit thicker. If you only have a small 22 pin, you could do 2 tubes on the 22 pin, and then you would just graft them all the way down the side here, and then we're going to leave an opening on the other side, which I'll show you for the thumb hole. To finish your tube, what you will need to do is you'll need to finish the top and the bottom together. So essentially you're taking, it's a double knit, but you're taking this double knit, and whichever method you would like to use. This top right here is a single crochet. It is the method that I tend to use. I recommend this. However, you could also just take your darning needle and come through and pick up all of the loops along the side if that is easier for you. But I'm going to go ahead and do a single crochet down at the bottom to match the top, and then I'll show you how easy it is to actually put it all together. After you finish both ends, now we're just gonna put it together. So you're gonna fold it in half just like this. And once you fold it in half, what we'll end up doing is we'll stitch up to a point, we'll leave space, we'll stitch again to the end, and that will give us our thumb hole. So for example, I'll show you this one right here. We have our mattress stitch here, we have just the open piece here, and then we also have our mattress stitch going all the way down. So that is what we are going to do. And before you start stitching, it's a good idea to use your stitch markers and put your project together, kind of identifying where you want those mattress stitches to go. Since I already have this one complete, I'm actually going to use this as a template, and I will try to make it line up as perfectly as possible. So I can see these 2 stitches right here line up with this one, and then the end is going to be about right here. So now for the mattress stitch. With mattress stitches, you're working from the inner posts. So we're not working from the loops out here, we're working from our inner posts, and this gives us that nice clean line that we are looking for, especially if you're making it as a gift. So we pick 1 loop up on this side, or 1 post, we go back over here, pick up the post, we're going to come back, pick up another post, and it looks like we have 1 more to go. All right, and then before we do anything else, we need to tighten up our stitches. So we're going to pull those together just like that. And we'll just double check to make sure that this is the same distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do 1 more because I can tell that I need to go 1 more just to make it even. Now we'll tighten it 1 more time there just to make sure that that is aligned. And then you'll want to reinforce. And so what I typically end up doing is just going back through the post and kind of doing a figure 8. So I'll pick the post up again on each side. So now that we've done it on both those posts twice, we can just give it a little tug, and that kind of knots it in place. And then to get to the other side, you're going to go right back down in the center of your work. So if you see, I'm going through the center of the work until we come out at the post on the side here. And you don't want to pull it too tight because this is going to be the finger opening. So essentially we are just trailing this yarn inside the work just so that it's hidden. That's all we're doing there. And then at that point, we're going to do the same figure 8, and that figure 8 will just help lock it into place. So now that we've done that, we're going to continue all the way down the project under loops. You can do two posts at a time. You can do a single post, whatever works for you. But we're going to go all the way down here, and then we will tie it off and hide it. So when we get down here to the very bottom, you're just going to want to make sure that all of your stitches are tightened up, and your seam will look something like this. Here's where our thumb hole is. Then what you can do is you can go back into your work and use the tail from the bottom to tie it together and then hide your yarn tails. And that's as easy as it is to make arm warmers with your circular knitting machine.